October the 10th after the market close, and we're looking at a chart of S&P 500, a 15-minute chart, which will give you is everything since Thursday and Friday. So you can see we had been going up and we hit that high of 1470 here on Friday, which was the high of the what you call high of the season perhaps. And then since the last four sessions we have managed to just keep a stair climbing down. This is a stairway. You can see that step, then there is a flat, then there's another down leg here, another flat leg, and down, and today we went down here. Now this is important where we cross this trend line here. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday's trading was right here. We were up a little bit into the 1442 area, and then we dropped to 1432 and finished the day here at with all these bottoming tails. The market kind of pulled up and firmed up here rather than trying to go up, but resisted for the short sellers to come in at 1432. Take a look at this at a daily chart and you get an idea of what I'm seeing here. This was the trend line that you were seeing before, right? And now on this trend line we have penetrated here very clearly penetrated that, and the 50-day moving average sitting here at 1425. So I wouldn't be surprised that tomorrow it will touch. They'll push it down to 1425 easily. Now the test is whether this 50 day is gonna hold, and if it does hold, then we can get a bounce right back off there. And one of the things that has to be very carefully evaluated, this is the trend that we started here on June 4th, and since June 4th we had been in this rising trend line. This is a rising trend line. You can see that we hit 1474, which is a multi-year high, and then now we are penetrating that trend line. So this trend is effectively gone in a way, unless, well, one day is not enough for a trend to be ineffective, because it has to close successfully 2 or 3 times, or a 1% closure in it. But it could reverse really right back up here, touch it here 50 day and reverse right back, and then it can continue. But it can go, the market can go now sideways for some time, but in this fashion I really doubt it unless we take out this high, which is at 1471 set here on 10/5, which is Friday. And the market now is also oversold. This is the oversold readings here, and it is behaving as such. Let's look at it. RUT, which is the broad market, and you can see RUT is now sitting up on the 50-day moving average squarely. And this trend in RUT, which is a little bit like a cup shape, 1868 was the high, now it's 1826, 50-day moving average. NDX, on the other hand, the technology has been hit hard, and the data is not very good here, but I can see 2738 something here for me. Extremely oversold conditions. The market is extremely oversold, including the S&P. Now let's look at some of the stocks here very quickly. Apple comes to mind. This is the bottoming tail here, hanging man after this drop. And today we just have a little small doji here. You can't see it here because it is clouded by the trend line that I've driven here. But let me just make it up close here and take it and let's look at it a little close. Apple needs to go up 1644. This is the long-term trend line. It connects from there, but the trend line is not drawn, so you can't see it. But it needs to connect above that 64 and then fill the gap here to 650, which it will easily, and then we could see the bull's case. I mean, then it has another resistance up here, which is the 50-day moving average at 658, and it needs to work on that one as well. So that is key here. On another stock here, which is ECLN, this is a 15-minute chart on it. You can see what has happened here, and we have put some stop losses here today for trading, shorting some of the stock if it starts dropping below 59.971. And that is a contingent order in case it starts dropping here, because it came down quite a ways. And it is kind of funny to look at it because this is a big picture here, and you can see it broke through that 50-day moving average decisively, and if it hits that trend the 59, then we will be short some stock. And let's see how far they're going to push it down. I don't have no idea. This stock is weak in my opinion, and most of the market is generally hitting its 50-day moving averages and bouncing off, and you can see that in many stocks. They also had Amazon, which is, let's see if we can cover that, AMZN, that also was killed today below its 50-day moving average. So all these things are visiting their 50-day moving average. The market direction is down at this time.